So here's what happens when we postpone things, right? We just, for some reason, we think that we have all the times in the world, right? It's like if there's some sort of a guarantee that tells us, like, yeah, you look, you're gonna be alive 6 years from now or 6 months from now. So you're like, okay, cool, then I have all the time in the world, and I'll just work on my stuff then, right? But truth is, that's really not the case, right? At this point, there is no guarantee that you'll be alive tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be alive tomorrow. Nobody really knows that, right? So then why is it that when it comes to going after our dreams and chasing that goal or whatever it is, that project, that product, that thing that you've always wanted to do, you kind of like leave that for later, and then you get distracted with a bunch of other things like watching TV or following that sport game or playing video games or whatever might be the reason that lets you distract yourself from it, because you somehow think that you have all the time in the world. But the truth is, you know it, you don't. Really, nobody knows, right? So like, if you're ever feeling like, oh, I don't feel motivated, I don't know if I'm kind of stuck and I'm in this cycle, I can't get out, then really all you have to think about is that you could die. Simple as that, right? Like, you got this time left right now. As of now, you're still breathing, great. So do something about it, right? Because the moment later, you don't know if you'll be breathing, right? Like, if all the motivation you need in the world to do something is just to remember that at some point you will die. And this life, the way it is, the way everything is right now, will finally end. So now that you know that's happening, let's put it aside. No reason to fear it, but you just know that there is limited time, because that's eventually going to happen. I mean, I know technology advances is coming. We could all live up to 150, 180, all of that. But things could happen. You're not always going to die from like a natural aging cause or anything like that. Anything could happen at any time. So now that you know that's coming up, it could happen to all of us. Put that aside. Now it's time to get back to work on stuff, right? I'm hoping that there is some project, there is something that you've been always wanting to do. Maybe you wanted to write a book. Maybe you wanted to try acting. Maybe you wanted to launch your own product. Maybe you wanted to launch your own business. There's always something that you've always wanted to do, but then you just leave it up, and then you get distracted, do a bunch of other things that really don't add any value. And then when that time comes, and you're aging now, you're getting older, and you didn't go after the things you said you were gonna do, then you have all the regrets in the world, and none of us want regret. So let this video be a reminder for you. If you're watching this and you have that thing that you always wanted to do, that project, that special thing that you're like, yeah, you know what, that's the thing I want to do, but I'm kind of stuck, I don't feel motivated, I'll pick it up later. Just don't think about it, right? Just think about the fact that you could potentially die any moment, right? Again, nothing to fear about, it's just a fact. And use that to turn it into motivation that you actually need to get back to it. Because if you feel like, oh, well, what if I die? What if I died and I never got to do that? Like, that's probably the worst feeling in the world, right? Because you've always wanted to do something, and now you didn't do it, and now your time is done in this life, and then, nobody wants to live with that kind of regret. So please, 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 if there is something that you're passionate about, there is a project you always wanted to do, please take the time and do it, and stop just thinking that you have all the time in the world, because you don't. Or at least we don't know if you do. You might do, but nobody knows, right? So use that into your advantage. Get back to it. Get through that phase and just get up and grow up. Really, that's all it is. You'll get through it, and then just constantly every day, if you just think about the fact that you got one life in this form and shape, and your job is to make the best out of it, so then you can use that in your advantage and get your stuff out the door and get through those down phases where you don't feel motivated to do something. So I hope this video can serve as a reminder for you. And if you enjoy content like this, please subscribe to my channel. Every day I try to shoot a video and then share something that I know, a thoughtful moment that I have, and my hope is that there's at least one other person out there who might be able to get inspired and turn it into action. So if that's you, leave a comment, let me know how you're gonna take today's tip and how you're gonna apply it. And my name is Pedram, and my hope is that we can work together to fulfill your potential. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I hope you're gonna have a great day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.